everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and today we're going to talk about something that's kind of important while we're playing with doing some organization here. But before I do that, I want to encourage everyone to keep an eye on the weather today. A lot of my viewing area is going to be hit with some really high winds, potential tornado outbreaks, and so I want you to be aware. And I'm going to link this. This is my journal page for my Ozarks Journal. This is my homesteading page. And I'm going to link this down in the description box. National Preparedness Week, which we are in National Preparedness Week here in the state of Missouri. But there is a link that will link you to what National Preparedness Week is in your state. So that's all listed by state, which I think is pretty cool. But as you're preparing, I have to wonder if some of the people that were hit in Joplin and Mississippi and Orlando, if they've ever been hit before, if they learned anything from that and started taking the precautions to be prepared should it happen again. Now, I've always been a prepper. I've always had things in place for what happens if this happens and what do I do if that happens. And so today, right after this, I'm going to be making sure that everything that I need to keep safe is in my tornado corner. We had one hover over my house last Memorial Day, and I will link that video in the description box below. It's pretty horrific to watch. My friend lost his house and as a result wound up moving to Iowa because it scared him so bad he couldn't live here anymore. He was an older gentleman, and I get that. He was there by himself. So I understand that. But you have to be prepared for anything that could possibly happen in your area as best as you can be. So, do you have batteries in your flashlight? Do you have a safe place? Which if you go to an interior room with no windows or the lower northeast corner of your house, or if you have a tornado shelter, those are things to keep in mind. Stay away from windows and doors. I know you think they're really cool to watch, but until you've had one over your house, you kind of lose that effect. So make sure that you have emergency preparedness bag for food and water and your medications and, those kind of things. Your important insurance papers that you need to have. Get them in a fireproof box. You can get a small fireproof safe, portable, at Walmart, very inexpensively, and keep it in the lowest interior room of your house, where you know you will have it. Also have an emergency kit. I have a water-protected, waterproof red backpack that I have everything in it we could possibly need for immediate emergency care, plus have a whistle. If you are buried in your house, make sure that you have a way to emit a sound so that rescuers, after the fact, as they're going from house to house, can hear you and find you quickly. And I have all of this on my blog, and I will link that down below. Now, let's get into something that's a little less scary, but is just as important. And that is, we have all been collecting stuff in our craft room. But should something happen, do you know what you have in your craft room that you can, when it comes time to filling out an insurance form? It can be really hard to try and remember everything as you're, after the fact. So I encourage you to get something in place ahead of time. Photograph everything in your room. Make a written list of what you have in your room. All those things, and have them ready should you need them in an emergency insurance filing situation. I know these aren't things we like to think about, but how much money have you invested in your craft space? Seriously, think about it. All your machines, all your paper, all your tools, any of that stuff. If you film videos, what about all your filming equipment? After the fact, it's going to be really hard to remember what all you have. you're going to be shell-shocked, and it's not going to be easy to remember everything that you have. So now is the time to think about that. I know so many of us have been doing the decluttering thing. As you're decluttering an area, make a list of what you kept. When you're all done with your room, I know a lot of you are doing videos, and that's super fantastic. Do videos of what you have in your space. Video your entire room. But have it somewhere safe so when it comes time to file insurance, you have access to that video. Now for me, I grab all of my memory cards and they all go in my fireproof box and they all go down in the bottom in my safe corner, and they stay there until the serious part of our tornado season, if you will, has passed. And then I bring them back up into my office. But they are in a place where I can grab them quickly should an unexpected weather alert happen outside of the normal time period. Now, you've seen me working over here in my filming corner and getting everything organized. And I decided today was going to be the day, while we were visiting, that I was going to that I was going to organize all of my bling in my box over here. And let me pull the box over here and show you. It is a photo box, which, as I'm sure by now you figured out, I store everything in photo boxes. But this is my box. But these are too tall. And so I want to cut them down. I want to put dividers in here. And I did have all the Stampin' Up! Stuff was divided up. And I want to just start filing everything by color. So when I know what color I am looking for, I can flip right to it. And I don't have all this excess stuff up in the top ahead of me. So that's going to be my project today while we talk. We are in the chat room right next door if you are live here at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on March 14th. And I'd love to visit with you. How many of you had the chance to see that lunar eclipse last night? As I'm recording this on Thursday, I am planning to stay up so that I can watch the lunar eclipse. That's my plan. I had another one of these boxes here a minute ago. There it is. That's my plan, so that I can see the lunar eclipse. I took a nap today, just special, so I could do that. Now, if there's any of these that are holiday specific, like I have, I'll put black with black, but I also have stuff stuffed in here that doesn't belong, obviously. I have my skull and crossbones, and they're black, and I have my crows and my tombstones. These were part of a Monster Bash suite from Stampin' Up! 3 years ago, and I stocked up. So things like this would go in Halloween. Flowers I'll put in a garden category and have those ready. Flowers, I have birds and dragonflies. Those will all go. If I have hearts, they'll go on a Valentine theme. And then if they're just non-specific, they'll go by color. Now this one has red and white hearts, so I will put it in with the Valentine stuff. Black rhinestone jewels, golds, florals, and garden. So this is what we're going to work on today. In the meantime, now this little collection is a baggie of all those gemstones and stuff that I kept from a paper pump as I broke down all those paper pumpkin kits. So I will happen to break those down and slide them into whatever categories they belong to. Like these are supposed to be like pebbles or rocks. So I would put those in with the garden. I also have hearts in here that probably came out of a Valentine kit. So I would put these with Valentine. And notice, they're not all red. I have some peach hearts. But that's okay. So I would put those with hearts. So we're going to break these all down and get these separated. And then later today, before I put everything away. Now see, this has all kinds of stuff on it. So I'm going to cut this apart. And I'm going to put the hearts with the hearts. And then I have green and yellow, so I'm going to cut those apart, and they'll go in their color combinations. But after we're done on here today, I will get these all taken care of and have this box finished up and clean and pretty and so it doesn't look like such a jumbled mess. Now I have some here. These are raindrops, but I'm going to put them with the blue because I could use them in anything. I will also put all the sequins together by themselves. And we have these sparkly gems. Aren't those pretty? So I have those. And I have black. So I'm going to pull them out of these bags and I'm going to sort everything by color. And I'm probably going to wind up doing the bulk of this on the dining room table. Bob left this morning, as of Thursday morning, for his brothers in Oklahoma. And then tonight, or tomorrow morning, or today as you're watching this, they will be on the road to Texas to see their mom. Now, Mom does not know they are coming. She knows the 2 girls are coming down, but she doesn't know that the boys are coming down. And there's 3 boys and 2 girls, and she has no clue. So at 9 o'clock tonight, Friday, she's going to be bombarded with all of her kids. I would love to have a video of that. So, yeah, that's going to be fun for Mom. Going to be quite the experience for her. It's been a while, probably 4 or 5 years since she's had all of her children, all 5 of her children. Now, these are iridescents, and there's a mixture of colors here, so I'm going to put them all together. So it's been about 3 or 4 years since she's had all 5 of her children in one place. And it's going to be such a special treat for her. Now I'm going to move my cardboards over here, and I'm going to make a stack of my cardboards. I'm also going to make a stack of my bags because I need to hang on to those and reuse those. So what are you guys working on? Give me a comment down below and let me know what you've been working on. I'd love to know. Inquiring minds and all that, don't you know? I am a couple of days behind on the 100-day project, but I'm okay with that. It's been a little crazy the last few days trying to make sure Bob's got everything he needs ready to go. Now see here I've got medals, so I'm going to put all the medals together. This is the Halloween. And see, by having them in there, then I've got these folded down. The other thing I want to do is I want to figure out how I can tab them so that I know, without flipping through necessarily, what is actually in that bag. Haven't decided how that's going to work yet. I'll keep you posted. Now these are sequins from Dollar Tree, or bling from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to leave them just like that in their mixed colors. And I'm just going to put a label on them that says Dollar Tree, and that will suffice. That will be enough. So we'll have those. These are clears, things that can be colored. I have my pearls, and I have another big thing of pearls here that is all Stampin' Up! Pearls. And so I'm going to drop these into there so I'll know where they're at. Stack them over here. And these are all the Dollar Tree ones I was telling you about. Now these I could cut apart into strips and file them by color. And I very well may do that. They brought these out for Halloween. But I'm going to put all of those. I think these, if I break them down, because you'll see the little spider web up here in the corner, that means these were brought out for their Halloween collection. And I may just go ahead and put them behind Halloween, because black and purple are what I would use. And since they're already set up like that, I may do that. Let me set these in on the table really quick. These were from Halloween, or from Dollar Tree, in black and gold. Now here's the thing. Bob left this morning. He's going to be gone for approximately 7 days. My goal is to try and make sense of all of this stuff in the office and have it in some kind of an order before he gets back. Because in June, we are going to get our granddaughters for a couple of weeks. They've not been here for 7 years. I got to see them last October when I traveled to Kentucky to see them. but they've not been here for Grandpa to see in 7 years. So we're going to get them for a couple of weeks. So I'm excited for that. That's going to give us plenty to work with. Oh, I've got another case. This one is hearts and stars. And I have it labeled a diamond or a star and a heart. But I don't want to leave them in these cases. I want to get them out of these cases. So I try to figure out where to set that case since I emptied it. So I may cut these apart. I think I will. I have hearts. And then I have these general colored dots. And I have stars. Don't ask me what I'm doing with stars yet. We haven't gone there yet. I'm still waiting on a box from Spectrum Art Creations. Today is the 14th. The box was mailed on the 3rd. And the post office is still telling me that it is in transit. Sure it is. I'm still waiting. Now, if I don't know how I'm going to break these down yet, I'm just laying them off to the side, and I'll work with that pile when we're done. And I've got these miscellaneous bags that I doubt if I'm going to keep. I just want to start over. And I don't have a trash can handy to put those, but here's more of those butterflies. My bags are starting to tear down the side. So I'm not sure. I think if they're starting to, I'm going to hang on to them. If they're starting to tear, I'll just reinforce them. Because I want to make sure, I'll use them as a last resort. Just to make sure that I have enough bags. I still have a few stamps to put away. Let's see, these would be pretty in pinks. And I've got kind of pinks and purple thingies going on over here, so I'm just going to move those. I also think when I put these in here, I'm going to cut the cards just a hair smaller and round the corners, because that will help protect the puncturing of the bag. So that will help. I just about have this corner finished. I have these to do. I have the ephemera books from Tim Holt, of my Tim Holt stuff to fix. And I have the red tape. I have the red tape to do that, because the double stick tape from Dollar Tree and from Stampin' Up! Was not holding up very well. I have pockets that are coming apart. So I want to redo those this week. And then I need to finish my Stampin' Up! Cardstock and ink catalog that sits over here in the corner, and I will have that to show you next week. Now those are iridescent sequins, and I had a stack or a box for sequins, and I've moved it. So, you know, there is that. There is that. But I have all of these to cut apart and divide into colors, and put into color blocks, and then make dividers to put them behind. Now like these are all oranges, but, and I think with these hearts and stars, because they're already in a color, I think I'm going to leave them that way. And I have several of those. These were when because Stampin' Up! Does their cardstocks and their inks and everything in color families, and so I ordered the embellishments to coordinate with the color families. And so I have those ready to go. And I think I'm going to leave them like that. And then there's more sequins. And I can take those out, lay those with sequins, and there's a whole bunch of sequins in there. So the sequins I may change and may do them by color, because I have so many colors of them. And if I don't have a color that I want to use, I have a die that I can cut my own sequins from whatever material I want to use. So I have that option as well. You see, these all came in different colors, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and break them down and put them in colors. Here's some iridescence, kind of like the pinks. So I don't lack for bling by any means. Another thing I'm going to be working on this week is, now see, these are winter themed, and I think these were Dollar Tree as well. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting together my first, I lost my word, subscription box. I'm going to be asking friends at a craft retreat with Big Mama coming up the first week in April to be my beta testers for the Junk Journal subscription boxes. Now, will I run them necessarily as a subscription box? I haven't decided yet. I very well may just put them up as an ordering thing, not as a monthly subscription. This is what we're going to do, and I'm going to tell you more about that as I finish getting it phased in together. So there's more of those hearts. Now, the neat thing about these hearts, I can make them whatever color I want, but for now I am going to put them in with the Valentine stuff. Then we have these. These came with our ocean themed stuff, and I bought every stamp set that they had with that ocean set. So I'll have that. Here's another one of those bags that's trying to tear, so I will use it when I come to it. If it's tore, I'll set it back. Here's another set of those Bijou Classics Rhinestone Waves. These go with our water collection. Blues, yellows, and kind of a turquoisey thing. Fine Sparkle. Not sure where I'll put those. I'll bet I find a place. Here's another set of Crafter's Companion, or Crafter's Square, and look at those deep, rich colors. They will be perfect for me to use with ocean stuff, but they'll go in blues. And then I have these from Stickabilities. I have a couple of packages of these that I got on a Hobby Lobby clearance at one point. And that empties my shoebox. So I will finish putting these in stacks and colors and get them finished up tonight. Or first thing in the morning, and then I'll move on to the next project. I am also going to get my tags updated. I will probably put 2 a piece up for the next few days till I'm caught up. I'm probably not going to have much sun tomorrow, and maybe not even Saturday to photograph the tags. I have to wait till I have good sunlight. So as soon as I have the good sunlight to photograph those tags, then I will get those put up. So in the meantime, please check out the link to my Ozarks Journal blog in the description box below, where I've got the emergency preparedness stuff up there. Also, think about your own space. Severe weather is here. Tornado season is here. So, you know, or even if you're in Florida areas and the hurricane seasons, now is the time to make sure you document your craft space. So should you have to file a claim, you're not going to be able to think about everything. You're just going to be able to hand them a flash drive or a memory card or whatever and say, here's what I lost out of this room. And, you know, you really should do that for every room in your house, but today I wanted to focus on our craft room. In the meantime, please remember to like, to share, subscribe, and I will see you back here soon. Right now, this week with Bob gone, all I'm focusing on is getting this studio done. So I'll see you soon. Creative blessings.